Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Out and Equal 2019 Workplace Summit Know Before You Go webinar. We're so excited to see you all in DC soon for a week of connecting, learning, and sharing best practices on LGBTQ workplace inclusion. We've organized today's call to provide you with all the key details you'll need to know while attending Summit. My name is C.V. Viverito. I'm the Senior Manager of Global Initiatives here at Out and Equal. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be your host for today's call. So first off, I'm just going to make some quick technical announcements for all of you logging in or dialing in today. This is a broadcast audio call from 12 to 1 Pacific time or 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're using your computers, please just be sure to turn those speakers up or use your headsets. We recommend that you log in to this webinar through your computer so you're able to see the slides. But if you're unable or if you're having audio issues, you can dial into the phone number here, which is 303-248-0285. You can also go to readytalk.com, click on Join a Meeting. Just going to pause right there. Is anyone able to hear me? I'm getting yeses. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. That's a lot of yeses. So there's some folks who are having some audio issues, and we're going to get that resolved right now. Thanks for checking in, everyone. As I was saying, if you're having issues signing in, I'll just remind you to go to readytalk.com, click on Join a Meeting, and use our access code 6946521. Friendly reminder that we're also recording this call, so it will be made available to you afterwards. Okay, and really quickly to review our agenda before my colleagues chime in to tell you everything you need to know about Summit. First, we're going to be bringing back our Summit mobile app this year, which we're excited about. So we will be reviewing how to download it and showing you some key features and what's new this year. Next, we'll go over conference housing and registration for when you arrive in DC. Then we'll review programming. We have a really packed week for you. We're really excited to share everything we have planned, including some new and exciting sessions and features this year. And last, as I mentioned, be sure to send in your questions as you think of them. We'll collect them for a live Q&A session at the end. I see a lot of you are using the chat box there in the corner, so that's great. That is how you'll be sending us the questions throughout this webinar. We'll collect them and we'll answer as many as we can at the end of the webinar. Okay, and before we get started, we'd just like to hear a little bit from you all. For today's first live audience poll, we would love to know whether you've attended one of our summits before or if this is your first one. So feel free to click on the box that applies to you. Answers are coming in, so it looks like a lot of you, this is your first summit, so that's really exciting. Welcome, we're so happy to have you. For others, you've attended others before, even some prior to 2011, so some real veterans with us today. That's awesome too. Very cool. Okay. Great. Thank you so much for participating. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Madison.
Thanks, CZ. Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to share with you the details behind the Workplace Summit mobile app. If you're returning to Summit from last year, you'll remember the app and how much of a help it is throughout the conference. So the app is where you'll receive the most up-to-date information throughout Summit, from time changes to special announcements, excuse me, to prize winners for scavenger hunt, and so much more. The good news today is that the app is ready to download if you are an Apple user. So you can download it today, and I'll share how in a bit. If you are not using an Apple product, if you're an Android user, please check your App Store Monday to download the app. For those of you who are new and will be using the app for the first time, it'll make your life so easy over the course of Summit. You'll use the app to build your daily agenda, deep dive into these workshops, speakers and event details, join the social conversation, direct message fellow attendees, and receive real-time push notifications, updates, access maps of the engagement center and workshops, and participate in the extremely popular Summit Scavenger, which is back again this year. So I'll get into all of these things. First up, this is the homepage and the first screen you'll see when you open up the app. There are a ton of features here, and I'll work through most of these icons and buttons as we go. But you can navigate this screen by tapping the Event Guide tab in the bottom left corner. So that's how you'll always get back to this screen. You can head to any part of the app from this screen. And we've made it really easy to find and access information that you need most throughout Summit, accessible right here from your homepage. So the app makes it really easy to create your very own custom schedule throughout the week. As in years past, you can select and add as many workshops and receptions, special events to your personal schedule by tapping that plus icon. In addition, you're able to take notes, set alarm reminders, add sessions to calendar on your phone if you prefer that, take photos that you can upload in real time and post them here. Keep in mind that when you add anything to your schedule, that this doesn't register you or guarantee you access to any event. Several events require pre-registering or pre-purchasing tickets, and these are noted in the app. The app makes it really easy to share what workshops you're attending with colleagues by tapping the arrow in the right-hand corner here. You can quickly share your workshop via email or social media. And last note on workshops here, some of them will have the option to participate in live polls or live Q&As during the session. Depending on your workshop, the presenters will let you know when it's time to take out your devices and participate. Those workshops will have a Q&A button or live button in the app. And I will touch on shortly the name of the app and how to download it from the App Store. You can make your own custom profile. You'll be required to create a profile in order to log into the app, but the customization is up to you. Tap the Profile tab along the bottom there, click your name, and then start editing your profile. You can include your contact information, upload a photo, link your social accounts, and edit your privacy settings. So you can have a public profile where other attendees can see you and message you, or you can go incognito and stay hidden from the list, whatever you feel comfortable with. We made it super easy to streamline all of the news related to Summit in one place on the app. Select the activity feed icon, and it'll take you to the event news feed where you can read and add to the overall Summit conversation. One of the very best parts about Summit is all of the amazing new people that you will meet. The app is a great way to connect before, during, and after the Summit. So you can click on the attendees icon and you'll see a directory of everyone that's downloaded the app. Unless you've decided to have a private profile, then you won't be seen on the attendee list. You can send contact requests, send direct messages, and schedule appointments. Again, the Summit is an amazing place to do tons of networking. So this is a great way to send quick meeting requests to, show someone that you're interested in that type of connection and, networking. We know how easy it is to get lost while you're looking for your workshop room. We have a tab that has so many different maps which are clickable and location-based to get you where you need to be. So whether it's your next featured panel or your company's engagement center booth or ticketed event, it's likely located here in the map section. Lastly, I want to spend this last portion talking about the Summit Scavenger Hunt, backed by popular demand. The Scavenger Hunt is an opportunity to take your Summit experience to the next level and a chance to win some incredible prizes. Summit Scavenger Hunt is an interactive photo-based scavenger hunt designed to capture the most memorable moments of Summit. The object of the game is to complete as many photo missions as possible, receive points, and make memories. The first person to complete all the challenges at the end of the week is the winner. Now, there are some rules to the game. I know some of you are the competitive type, and understandably so, with what these prizes are. But remember that this is all in good fun, and we encourage you to enjoy yourselves while sticking to the guidelines. So please read the rules and guidelines located in the app under the More tab. So with the scavenger hunt, Thursday night during GALA, we'll announce the overall Summit Scavenger winners with the highest points throughout the week. So the first place winner will take home this grand prize donated by MGM Resorts International. It is a 2-night stay at the Mirage in a 1-bedroom tower suite, 2 tickets to any Cirque du Soleil show at a Las Vegas MGM property, and a $200 food and beverage credit at any Mirage restaurant. So this is the first place grand prize for Scavenger. And we also have a second place prize for the second place winner. They will also take home a 3-night stay at an Aria Resort Casino in a deluxe Strip View King room, 2 tickets to any Cirque du Soleil show at a Las Vegas MGM Resort property, and a $250 food and beverage credit at any Aria restaurant. So some amazing prize packages donated by MGM Resorts. Best of luck of all of you playing. It really is a great time. So these are the instructions to download the app. As a reminder, the app is available to download across all app stores this Monday. But if you're an Apple user, you can download it today. These are the steps to download. So from your app store, download Out and Equal Workplace Summit. If you used the app in years past, you know that it was a different name. This year, if you just search Out and Equal Workplace Summit in the App Store, you will see it here. So you'll download it, make a profile, enter the event password belonging 2019, and you'll be in and you can start downloading. We will put this information in the chat box, so don't you worry. You'll receive several emails with instructions for how to download the app. So that is the app. The summit is an incredible experience with plenty to absorb, and the app will help you plan, stay organized, and prepare for the amazing week ahead. So thank you all for joining, and can't wait to see you in DC. I'll turn it over to Kira.
Thanks, Madison. And good afternoon to everyone. To echo my colleagues, I would like to thank you all for joining our call today. So our conference officially kicks off with Leadership Day on Monday, October 14th. Isabel will provide an in-depth look into Leadership Day a little later on this call. The workshop summit will take place from Tuesday, October 15th through Thursday, October 17th, and we'll dive into the programming of those 3 days shortly. Our host venue this year is the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center. Our meeting spaces are centrally located since our events are only spread across 3 floors this year. All of our events will be held at the Gaylord, so you won't need to go far once you arrive to the venue. I do want to reiterate that all of our programming will be on our app, so the best way to navigate your way around the event is by downloading our app so you can view all of our maps and room assignments to get you where you need to go. So next, we would like to familiarize all of you with our different hotel properties in DC. We have 7 hotels this year, with the Gaylord National Resort being our anchor hotel. This year we have our largest summit attendance, which is very exciting. However, this did mean that we did sell out at most of our hotel properties pretty early this year. And as you can see, we are now fully sold out at all of our hotel properties. This is our housing map, which is also available on our website. Our logo off to the bottom right is where the Gaylord is located. The Residence Inn by Marriott and the Westin Washington National Harbor are within walking distance of the Gaylord, while our overflow properties located in Alexandria are just a short ride away. And speaking of our overflow properties, we will be offering a shuttle service Monday through Thursday from these 4 Alexandria hotels to and from the Gaylord. The shuttles will be running from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day except for Thursday, when they will run from 3:30 to 11:30 p.m. during the p.m. shift. The shuttles will depart approximately every 20 minutes. And this schedule will, of course, be posted in the app for your convenience. And to prepare you for on-site registration, here is our events manager, Annalicia Hawkins.
Thanks, Kira. As Kira said, my name is Annalicia. I'm an events manager here at Out and Equal. My pronouns are she, her. And I will be going over the process for registration at Summit this year, along with some important details to know when checking in on site. So you can pick up your Summit badge. That's the first thing you'll do when you arrive, and that's located in the Potomac Ballroom this year. You can start checking in to pick up your badge at registration on Sunday, October 13th from 5 to 7 p.m., and then registration will open again on Monday at 7:30. You can see the full hours for registration listed on the Summit schedule on our website, also on our app. When you arrive at the Gaylord, you'll go to registration, where you will be asked for your email address, and you'll be handed your badge, along with a program book and tote bag generously provided by Boeing this year. Your badge information will include your first and last name, your parent company, table seating number for plenaries, and pronouns that you were asked to provide during the registration process. Your table number will stay the same for all 3 plenaries, including GALA. We have some special badges this year. Our standard attendee badges will be blue. I believe most of you will have registered for our full conference package, which includes all workshop sessions, access to the engagement center, and plenaries, including the gala dinner. The full conference package does not include Leadership Day. That is an extra ticket, so make sure you know what package you registered for. We have exhibitor-only badges that will be green. If you registered for the exhibitor-only option, please note that this does not include anything other than access to the engagement center for booth staff. We have career fair-only badges, which will be white this year. This is for our career fair attendees who will not be attending the rest of the conference. If you have not paid the balance on your account in full by the time you arrive to registration, you will be directed to the Solutions desk to complete your payment. Solutions will be located right next to registration, and you can go here if you experience any issues, such as something printed wrong on your badge, or if you're not found in the system. We will also have an info desk this year. You can go there for any general inquiries, including any questions about locations, hours, etc. Info will also be the pickup location for any ticketed events tickets allocated by your sponsorship. Here's a map that you can see where registration and the engagement center are located. They're in the same area this year in the Potomac Ballroom, so everything is pretty centralized there. And now I will hand it over to Isabel.
Awesome. Thank you, Annalicia. Hello, everyone. I am the Learning and Development Director at Out and Equal, Isabel Porras. I use she, her pronouns. And let's talk about workshops and programming. Before we do that, I have a little poll for you. What are you most looking forward to at Summit? Is it connecting with your ERG? Is it our engagement center, our panels, leadership day, receptions, plenaries, workshops, or ticketed events? Looking at the responses, oh, folks, after my own heart, I see the vast majority of you are excited about the workshops. So glad to hear that. They're my favorite part, too. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the workshops. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about our Leadership Day. I'm thrilled to report that Leadership Day is back, bigger and better than ever. This year it's held on Monday, October 14th, and it features half-day seminars facilitated by top experts from Fortune 500 organizations, offers you a pre-summit opportunity to develop in-depth expertise and enhance best practices for you and your organization. I think it's a great opportunity and a great option for those of you who are looking to expand your knowledge on key workplace issues, and or for those of you or your colleagues who are unable to attend the full Workplace Summit. Some of our sessions are sold out both in the morning, and I'll switch over here to the afternoon as well so you can see both days. Some of those sessions are sold out, but we still have a few offerings available. You can log into your registration and check in on what's available if you would like to add Leadership Day sessions to your registration. I want to clarify, the only way to add Leadership Day registrations is to actually go into the registration portal. Adding them to your schedule on the app does not register you for Leadership Day. Okay, so just want to make sure that I have that clarified for folks. If you did already register for Leadership Day, I would urge you to just check in with your registration. Just look to see what courses you selected before arriving on site on Monday, October 14th. It is a packed schedule, and we have lots of folks attending. As I said, it's bigger than ever, so I want to make sure that folks attend the sessions for which they've registered. If you need to make changes, you can do so with the registration portal still. All right, so that's Leadership Day, but as for the 3-day conference itself, we're featuring over 120 workshops on the schedule this year across quite a few number of tracks. So you'll see some popular returning tracks, allies, global, ERG and BRG leadership, for example. We also have some new tracks, belonging in culture and leveraging narratives, for example. You'll also see some of our other tracks doubling in options. For example, our transgender and gender nonconforming track has twice the offerings as it did last year. So we're very excited about our content this year. As Madison demonstrated on the app, you can access workshops by day or by track and build a custom schedule to fit your learning needs. I'll also chat in my email address in a little bit, so if you have any questions, I can do my best to answer those. But again, really excited for all of you. I know we have a number of our workshop presenters on this call. I see your name, so I just want to give a special thank you to those of you who really make Summit possible. Now, on the docket for Summit this year is a really exciting special opportunity for attendees from our sponsoring companies, and that's a sneak peek at the Out and Equal Global Hub. Out and Equal has been working really hard all year with our partners at JPMorgan Chase to develop this global hub, which is the very first website of its kind where you'll be able to do everything from sharing resources and tools in a robust online repository, to discuss how to implement best practices and other important topics, to finding and connecting to LGBTQ ERGs around the world, and seeing and contributing to community-driven calendars of events. This year at Summit, we will be unveiling the beta version of the site during 2 workshops. You can see that information on the slide here. All sponsoring company attendees are invited to attend. During these workshops, attendees will be able to engage with the site's many exciting features. So you could be shaping the future of the site by giving us your feedback. You can go ahead and register your company's resource group information in preparation for the future launch of our ERG-BRG registry. By the way, that registry is going to be using geospatial map technology to facilitate leaders finding each other in their cities and regions, so we're very excited about that. And finally, you can learn how your company can get the most out of the hub for once it is launched. We're going to be offering, as I said, that workshop 2 times throughout Summit. So you should send representatives to one of these sessions in room 9, and we'll also have that information on the app. So Tuesday, October 15th, during workshop session 2, 1:30 to 3 p.m., or on Wednesday, October 16th, session 6, which is from 3 to 4:30 p.m. You can click on that link, and I think we've tagged one in there for folks as well, and you should be able to RSVP. If you have any questions, you can reach out to my colleague, Madeline Jelpe. I'm going to turn it over to Annalicia and turn myself over to the chat to share both that link and Madeline's email for any questions you may have. So with that, I give it back to you, Annalicia.
Thanks, Isabel. All right, so I'm going to talk a bit about the Engagement Center. Our Engagement Center is bigger and better than ever this year. So I'm going to go over some important notes for exhibitors as well as the career fair and hours. So thank you so much to Toyota for sponsoring the Engagement Center this year. Here are the hours that it will be open. So we have our exhibitor move-in from 8 to 5 on Monday. Tuesday, it will be open from 8 to 7 with our Engagement Center after hours and silent disco starting at 5:30, which I'll talk a little bit about later. Wednesday will be open from 8 to 5. Thursday, 8 to 2 with our career fair, back again this year from 11 to 2. And then exhibitors will be moving out from 2 to 6 on Thursday. And this is also located in the exhibitor kit, which was sent out to all exhibitors, so you all should have this information as well. Please note that the Engagement Center will be closed during plenaries, so booths do not need to be staffed during those times. Also, the Engagement Center is located in the Potomac Ballroom, which I showed the map of earlier, and it's the same area as registration. So each exhibiting company is allotted up to 10 booth staff registrations. All booth staff must register through our registration site. They do not need a code, they just need to register under the exhibitor-only category, which will not charge a fee, and this only allows access to the Engagement Center and not the rest of the conference. All exhibitors must be registered by October 7th. In terms of shipping and ordering, all main booth contacts should have already received the exhibitor kit with shipping and ordering information. Please note that advanced shipping does end on October 8th at 3 p.m. and you will need to use direct shipping for any shipments after that date. You will be repurposing your booth for the career fair again this year, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later as well. We have Andy's Hangout this year, which is Out and Equals booth, where we'll have exciting new O&E branded merch, a place to ask questions and get to know us, and a place to relax and hang out with Andy the Ampersand. This is the first year we are having our Engagement Center after hours and silent disco. Attendees will be able to interact with booth exhibitors in a more fun and celebratory atmosphere. There will be drinks for purchase and music. And backed by popular demand, our silent disco will be operated out of Andy's Hangout, so you can borrow headphones at our booth and just jam out to the music channel of your choice. Thank you to Indeed for sponsoring our career fair this year, which will be on Thursday from 11 to 2. We will have local external attendees who will be just attending for the career fair, in addition to our summit attendees who will be there as well. Some great features this year include resume consultation provided by Indeed. We have an option for on-site interviews with companies with interview spaces located in the Engagement Center. This is just a really fantastic opportunity to network with our attendees who are really excited to learn more about working with your organization. Career fair attendees are also given access to workshops that day to further enrich their experience. And we want to say thank you to HP for providing printers for attendees to print their resumes. And now I will hand it back to Kira to talk about what not to miss this year.
Thanks, Alicia. So before I dive into the rest of our Summit programming, I want to highlight our new event to Summit this year. Our first new piece of programming is our Summit Sidekick Supper. Over dinner and drinks, you'll get to know each other with some fun games and icebreakers, and hopefully you'll leave the event with a new Summit sidekick or two. So for those of you who are attending the conference solo, this is a perfect event for you. Our Wellness Lab was introduced 2 years ago, but we've added some additional activities that we hope you enjoy this year. We've got some furry friends that you can interact with on Tuesday afternoon in the Engagement Center. Some additional Wellness Lab activities. We're hosting our fun run again this year, bright and early on Wednesday morning. Unlike last year, this is part of the general event, so you do not need to pre-register or purchase a ticket to attend. And the fun run will start and end outside of the Gaylord Hotel. If you need support during Summit, we're offering an all-program 12-step meeting again, which meets at the same time and location Monday through Wednesday. We'll also have a lactation room as well as a sensory retreat room, both of which will be open once our first event of each day starts until our last event concludes. As Annalisa already mentioned, we're hosting our first ever Engagement Center after hours and silent disco on Tuesday evening. Also new this year is our speed networking breakfast, which will take place on Wednesday morning. This will be a great opportunity to join us for a morning of networking with fellow bright minds in the LGBTQ workplace equality. Thursday morning we'll kick off with breakfast with Gender Cool. This is a great chance to interact with a group of powerful and talented youth who have launched a movement by bringing positivity to the conversation around transgender youth. And then there are 2 different panels and receptions we hope you'll attend. One will be hosted by NBC News and MSNBC on Tuesday, and the other on Wednesday, hosted by Visa. In addition to our workshops, these are great events that combine an insightful panel followed by a reception. Space is limited, so make sure you arrive early to either of these events. And finally, Spirit Day will take place on Thursday, and we hope you all join us in taking a stand against LGBTQ bullying and standing with LGBTQ youth who disproportionately face bullying and harassment because of their identities. So we'll encourage Summit attendees to wear purple, so make sure you pack accordingly to support Spirit Day. We'll be taking a group photo on Thursday to commemorate this day, and make sure you check the app for additional details. So we have a handful of general events taking place at Gaylord that are open to all attendees. And to echo on Alicia's earlier point, full conference attendees are able to attend any event in our schedule that are not listed as a ticketed event or invite only. So I've already mentioned a few of these events that fall under this general events category, such as the Engagement Center After Hours and Silent Disco, the Fun Run, and Breakfast with Gender Cool. But I do want to highlight a few general events that we have not discussed yet. To give the full scope of Summit, we encourage new and returning attendees to join us at the Summit orientation on Tuesday morning. We will share how to make the most of your Summit experience, and you'll get a better understanding of Out and Equal and how you can engage with us post-Summit. Our sponsors will be hosting industry receptions on Tuesday evening. All public receptions will be listed in the app, and of course, those are the ones that you can attend. And prior to our gala dinner celebration, we'll host our gala reception, which will give you one final opportunity to network with Summit attendees and also get you ready for our last event of the conference. So ticketed events are featured events which are separate from the full conference registration. These are open to all attendees, but please note they do require pre-purchase during the registration process. Our first set of ticketed events take place on Monday evening. Whether you're a global attendee or working in the global landscape, the Global Dinner is a great event to attend. And then, of course, we have our Summit Sidekick Supper, which I already shared some details about. Wednesday will feature our 2 breakfast events. We have our Women's Leadership Breakfast and our Speed Networking Breakfast taking place at the same time on Wednesday morning. For full descriptions of each of these events, you can visit the app and click on the specific ticketed event for details. Unfortunately, our ticketed breakfast events are both sold out, but if you're interested in attending the Global Dinner or Summit Sidekick Supper, there's still time to register. You can either add it during your registration process if you haven't registered already, or if you're already registered, you can go back into your account, modify your registration, and purchase either ticketed dinner event. So we're switching things up a little bit this year and encouraging you all to enjoy your own night out. We will have some special deals available on the app. For those of you who have already downloaded the app, they are not on there yet, but we promise they will be there prior to you arriving in DC. Some of these deals are just available Wednesday night, while others will be available for the full duration of our conference. Most of the deals do require you to show your badge to take advantage of the deal, so please make sure you keep that in mind. We will be hosting 2 night-in activities at the Gaylord on Wednesday night evening. Silent reading night will start at 6:30 p.m. Feel free to bring your own book, or we'll have numerous books and poetry to choose from. We'll also be showing a film called 5B starting at 7 p.m., which is an inspiring documentary about the first HIV and AIDS ward unit in the United States. All right. For those of you who look on our schedule and see plenaries and you're asking what are the plenaries, there are 3 events in which we bring all of our attendees together to enjoy a delicious meal, hear some inspiring keynotes from our talented speakers, and enjoy some exciting entertainment. So to kick off our plenaries, we have opening brunch on Tuesday. You'll hear from our incredible CEO, Aaron Uritas, along with Susie Orman, and a fireside chat with Lena Waite and Amber Hikes. Next up is Power Lunch on Wednesday. It'll kick off with a performance by Tiffany, and we'll have a keynote from Joshua Johnson and our incredible math participation event. For those of you who attended last year, I'm sure you can attest to how powerful and moving this was, so we're very excited to be bringing it back again this year. And last but definitely not least is our gala dinner celebration on Thursday, which will feature a performance by Deborah Cox and will present all of our Audi Awards. This is, of course, our final event of the conference, so we hope all of you are able to join us in celebrating the conclusion of another amazing summit. A few additional notes about our plenary sessions. Annalicia already mentioned this, but I just want to reiterate that we do have assigned seating for our sponsor companies. If you're not with a sponsor company, you will be seated at one of our open tables, which will be identified in the room. Your seating will be located on your badge for convenience, and please note your plenary seating will be the same throughout all 3 of our plenaries. As far as attire for gala, we encourage you to be business festive. If you'd like to get a sense of what business festive looks like or what attendees have worn in the past, you can visit our Flickr account to view our 2018 Summit Gala photos. So that wraps up our Summit programming. Before I open it up for Q&A, if you have any questions you would like to ask us after this call, here is a list of contact information for registration, housing, and workshops. If you have a question outside of these areas, please direct them to hello@outandequal.org. And with that, we'll answer some of your questions that you've chatted in.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. Okay, let's go straight into our Q&A session. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending in all of your questions. They're very thoughtful, and we'll try to get to as many as we can now. Okay, so let me dive right in. I'm actually going to jump in. A few folks asked if these slides would be shared after the call. I can say yes, they will. You will receive a follow-up email with the slide deck. So you can feel free to share that with your colleagues or other folks that you know are attending and maybe didn't get to join this call. Okay, we got a lot of other questions in about the app. I know Madison was answering some of your questions in the chat, but in case you didn't see it, let's review some of the biggest questions we got. So Maddie, folks are wanting to know when the app can be downloaded, what the name is, and then a couple of people, they either don't have access to the email address or it's been blocked. So if that's the case, what can they do?
Yeah, so first off, the name of the app is Out and Equal Workplace Summit. The app is available to download today for Apple users. If you are an Android user or if you're using Google Play, that version will be ready Monday. There is an event password. It is Belonging 2019, all one word. As for registering with an email, when you go to make a profile with the app, use an email that you will be able to access when you're on site or remote. I saw some of you, you won't be able to use the email address that you registered with while you're on site, or you were registered under your employer's email. So with the app, just make sure you register with an email that you will be able to access when you are on site.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we have so many questions, so I'm going to try to summarize and get the main ideas across here. All right. So question for Kira. For those that are driving to attend Summit, how will parking be handled?
Great question. The Gaylord does have a self-parking lot located next to their property that is a structure but also uncovered parking. There are also a few other parking structures around in close proximity to the Gaylord, but if you take advantage of the Gaylord parking structures, you can go to the information booth at the Gaylord, of course, and you can get a parking voucher, which does provide discounted parking, and you can do that each day you drive over to the event.
All right, cool. Thanks, Kira. We also got a lot of questions in about dress code. So I'll sort of split this question between Isabel and Kira here. Is there a dress code throughout the week? And then Kira, I know you mentioned a business festive and where folks can find examples of that. Can you just repeat that information? We'll start with you, Isabel.
Sure. I also just chatted in a link to the Flickr album for folks who want to look at that. There is no dress code beyond, just be your fabulous self for the conference itself, but I do want to urge people to layer. If you've been at a conference before, whether it's at a hotel or a meeting space, chances are that the temperature might fluctuate. It might be a little bit cooler than you're used to, and it's really hard to regulate that with the thousands of people we have. So I would just recommend that folks bring a sweater or a scarf or something that they can take on and off when it comes to layering in the workshop room.
And then to the gala point, as Isabel said, she messaged in the link to our Flickr account. So feel free to click on that and kind of go through the pictures to see what people have worn to the gala in the past.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, Annalicia, there was also a lot of questions surrounding registration. So just at an attempt to summarize that, can you just remind folks where to go or how they are able to edit their registrations if possible, including Leadership Day selections? And the sort of second part of that question is, what if they don't have access to that email? Is there anything that can be done?
Yes. So when you registered through our online portal, you should have received a confirmation email, and that email includes the link to modify your registration, and you'll just need your email address that you used to register and your reference number in order to log in there. And from there, you can go ahead and modify your registration and add Leadership Day sessions if you want. You can see what sessions you're already signed up for, anything like that. So if for some reason you are unable to locate the confirmation email, please reach out to registration@outandequal.org, and we can go ahead and provide that for you. And just as a reminder, Leadership Day is not included in the full conference registration. So if you are only registered for the full conference, I would just go ahead and make sure that if you are intending to go to Leadership Day, that you log back in and add those sessions.
Perfect. Thanks, Annalicia. Okay, great. So moving on, I think I'll turn this one over to you, Kira. Folks are asking if there is a shuttle, the Alexandria shuttle. So does that exist? Is it running? And if so, is there a map?
There is a shuttle that will be going to all 4 properties and stopping at the Gaylord, and will take you back from the Gaylord back to your hotel. We will publish the schedule on the app. It is, again, not there yet, but we will definitely have it up there. And as far as a route, there will be more information about that a little later on.
Perfect. Thanks, Kira. Okay. Let me go back over to Annalicia because there's some more registration questions coming through. Is it necessary to register for events such as the Fun Run? And other folks are asking that, is it possible to bring a +1 to events such as the Gala?
Yes. So for the Fun Run this year, that is not something that you have to pre-register for. You can actually just show up as long as you have that full conference registration and join us there. And for the Gala dinner, you can add a guest to your registration. So once again, using that modify registration link to log back into your account, you'll just be prompted you'll be asked if you want to add a guest, and then you'll be prompted to pay at the end of your registration. So you can definitely still do that at this point. I also did see a question about whether or not exhibitor-only registrants can attend general events, and the answer is no. Exhibitor-only registrations only allow access to the engagement center for booth staff. So if they want to attend any of the general events, they will need to have that full conference registration.
Thanks, Annalicia. Okay, back over to Isabel. A couple of people are asking where they can get a list of all the workshops and if there's a description of each workshop available on the website. I guess I should also ask Maddie that question to see if that's also handled on the app.
I'll jump in. Yeah, we have the workshops on the app, as you mentioned, so you can read the abstracts, the details of where and when they're located. We also have that information on the website, so you can go onto our 2019 Summit page, and once I stop talking, I'll go in there and find it and link it in there as well. So it's available on the app, on the website. If you are coming with a large group of people and you are coordinating your schedules, you can email me at university@outandequal.org. I can share a sort of basic and not very aesthetically pleasing document spreadsheet with all of those in one space. But otherwise, the app and the website both have it sorted by day, and on the app you can also look by track and by level as well.
Perfect. Okay, great. Kira, a couple of questions regarding seating. So we know that there's some assigned seating and some open seating. So people are asking if it's possible, if the organization has multiple people, would they be able to sit together even if they're not a sponsor organization?
For those folks, they can definitely sit together. It would just need to be in open seating. So if that means you want to get there a little early to grab a table and kind of reserve it for the rest of your colleagues, you are more than welcome to do that. But it would be within the open table seating if you were not a sponsor.
Great. Okay. And a little bit more questions about how, let's see, I've just got it right here. Oh, the engagement center. Annalicia, is it, I think you went over this, but just to remind folks the times that it's open, because there was an after hours night. So what times is it open and which is the after hours night?
Yes, so after hours is on Tuesday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. So that's just on one of the nights. And then the show hours for the rest of the engagement center are 8 to 7 on Tuesday, 8 to 5 on Wednesday, and 8 to 2 on Thursday, with the career fair being 11 to 2.
Perfect. Okay. One last question I see here that I can quickly answer. Someone says, did I hear correctly that a wellness lab is there and a lactation room area is available? That is correct. Those are both available. And I think pretty much wraps us up. All these questions have been amazing. Thank you so much for participating and asking us your questions. If we didn't get to something, or if you think of something later, just remember that you can always email hello@outandequal.org, and we will be happy to respond. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, wonderful presenters and colleagues of mine. We really, really look forward to seeing you at Summit, and we're excited to welcome you to DC. Thanks so much, everybody.